Let me read the question now. Diagram 5 shows the conversation between Nash and Cikgu Wong. Okay, let me read the conversation. Nash, please collect the shoe sizes of your classmate. Alright sir, I know that the data is discrete random variable. Okay, so let me read the question part A. Is Nash's statement true? Give your justification. Okay, so this is for the part A. Continue to read for the question part B. In a shooting competition, Dave fires N shots and P is the chance that his shots hit the target, whereas Q is the otherwise chance. The chance of his shots hit the target at most 1 is 11 times of the chance of not hitting the target. Okay, so this is the question B. Within the question B, you have part 1 and part 2. So let me read the part 1. Show that N in a bracket 1 minus Q close bracket is equals to 10Q, and for the part 2, hence or otherwise find the value of P and of Q if the mean is 6. So by the time you finish read the whole question, you should know that this question involves binomial distribution concept, guys. Okay, so take your time to solve this question and we will begin the discussion in a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let us begin our discussion for the question 9 part A, where we need to identify whether Nash's statement is true or not, and we need to give our justification. Okay, so before going into the conclusion whether true or not, okay, let us read the conversation. Okay, in the conversation, Nash is required to collect the shoe size of the classmate, and he does know that the data is discrete random variable. Okay, this discrete random variable is referring to binomial distribution, guys. Okay, so from here, Nash does know that shoe size, the data of the shoe size is referring to binomial distribution. Okay, so now come back to our discussion. So Nash's statement, is it true or not, and we need to give our justification. Okay, the answer for this part A is actually true. Yes, Nash's statement is actually true because shoe size can be counted and it only have positive integer value. Okay, because we can't have like negative shoe sizes, guys. So like for example, like -2, -3, that is not possible to have our shoe size. Okay, shoe size, it has its own range. For example, like you can have a shoe size start from 5 and it can go up to like 11 and 12. Okay, so it has its own range. Okay, so from here, okay, Nash's statement is actually true. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, the explanation is shoe size can be counted and only have positive integer value. Okay, so it is a very short explanation for the question 9 part A. Okay, so we are done with the part A. Let us move on to the part B. Okay, so within the part B, we're going to discuss the first part. Okay, so the question asks us to show that N in a bracket 1 minus Q close bracket is equals to 10Q. Okay, so back to our discussion. So from here, you need to take a look at this keyword, guys, where the chance of his shots hit the target at most 1 is 11 times. Okay, I repeat again, guys, 11 times of the chance of not hitting the target. Okay, so this following sentence you need to highlight. Here is the information. So the statement you need to convert into equation, and from there only you can get the solution, guys. Okay, so from here, since they highlight that the chance of Dave shots hit the target at most once is 11 times the chance of not hitting the target, so from here we can conclude that probability, okay, where x less than equal to 1. Okay, why less than equal to 1? Because the chance of Dave shot hit the target at most. Okay, let me highlight here, guys, at most once. Okay, that's why I highlight here 1. Okay, equals to 11 times chances of not hitting the target, where in this case your x is equals to 0. Okay, so the chance of Dave shot hit the target at most 1. Okay, this possibility you can have Dave does not fire and Dave fire for 1 time. So that's how you have the combination here. Chance of Dave shot hit the target at most. That's why you have less than equals to 1. So from here we're going to continue our explanation. Okay, this probability x less than equals to 1, so we can further break down by probability x equals to 0 plus with probability where Dave fire once. Okay, so this is the probability where Dave does not fire. Okay, Dave shot does not hit the target. Okay, he fire but he doesn't hit the target, and then Dave fire the shot and it hit the target once. Okay, so this is the two combination where Dave shot hit the target at most once. Okay, so I hope you get the explanation. So from here equals to 11 times the chance of not hitting the target, probability x equals to 0. Okay, so I hope you guys are clear about this. So let us continue with our explanation. So from here what you can do, the probability x equals to 0. So from the left hand side we're going to move it over to the right hand side, so it will become minus. So 11px equals to 0 minus px equals to 0. So from here we can get probability x equals to 1 will be equals to 10 probability x equals to 0. Okay, 11px equals to 0, so you minus with px equals to 0, guys. So this left hand side you move it over to the right hand side. That's how you get this 10px equals to 0. Okay, so let us proceed with our working. Okay, so from here in our left hand side and right hand side we're going to use the binomial distribution formula. Okay, so from here let us apply the following formula. Okay, so from here probability x equals to 1. Okay, so your number of trials, okay, we doesn't know how much, but for now we just write here n. Okay, so out of n trials, okay, you hit exactly 1, and then your probability of success, okay, we don't know yet, so we just put p, okay, and then 1. Okay, the probability of failure, okay, we don't know yet, but for now we just write it q. Okay, and then we minus with 1, n minus 1. Okay, so from here equals to 10, okay, in a bracket. Okay, so from here n number of trials, okay, and then you does not fire anything, so nco, okay, times with probability of success, okay, in this case it will be 0. Okay, and then probability of failure, okay, q, so n minus 0, so from here get is n. Okay, close bracket. Okay, so far so good. So from here let us start to solve the left hand side. Okay, so from here nc1, you calculate this, you get n. Okay, so p to the power of 1 you get is p. Okay, q to the power of n minus 1, okay, it's remaining the same, q to the power of n minus 1. Okay, it is equals to, okay, so 10 nco is actually 1, p to the power of 0 is also 1, so you only left with q to the power of n, so 10 times with q to the power of n, so from here get is 10 q to the power of n. Okay, so from here we're going to simplify this equation. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to factor out, because later on we're going to eliminate this q to the power of n in the right hand side. So what you're going to do is we're going to factor this out, the q to the power of n. So from here n p q to the power of n, okay, times with q to the power of negative 1. Okay, remember this is the indices law, guys. Okay, so from here q to the power of n plus with q to the power of negative 1, that's how you get q to the power of n minus 1. okay, equals to 10 q to the power of n. Okay, so since you have the negative power here, so we can change it into the fraction form. The index, you have negative index, so we can change into the fraction form. Okay, so from here, n p q to the power of n, okay, you divide with q equals to 10 q to the power of n. Okay, so far so good. So from here, for the next step, what you're going to do is we're going to simplify the q to the power of n in the both side of the equation. So we want to eliminate this. Okay, so from here, times with 1 over q to the power of n in both sides. Okay, so you're left with n p divide with q equals to 10. Okay, so from here, so this q you times with 10 over here, so from here you left with np is equals to 10q. Okay, so from here, since probability of success is equals to 1 minus the probability of failure, so this is the main formula, guys. Okay, so from here, this p you can substitute in terms of q, 1 minus q. So from here, n in a bracket 1 minus q is equals to 10q. So you have already got the expression over here. Okay, so let me just box this formula. Okay, so we managed to prove this equation. Okay, the reason why we are expressing in terms of q, because we need to reduce into variable q. Okay, we want to eliminate the variable p. Okay, so from here, n in a bracket 1 minus q is equals to 10q. So this will be your expression, guys. We already proved it. Okay, so we're done with the question B part 1. So let us proceed our discussion with this question B part 2. Okay, so for the question B part 2, okay, the question asks us to find the value of P and of Q if the mean is 6. So from here in the question, okay, given that the mean, or also we can write the mu, the symbol mu is equals to 6. Okay, when I write this, it is understood that it is actually mean value, guys. Okay, so please don't get confused. This is actually stands for mean. Okay, so from here, let us write the mean formula for binomial distribution. Okay, for the binomial distribution calculation, okay, to calculate the mean is actually very simple. So from here, given that mean in the bracket mu is equals to number of trials times with the probability of success. So mu is equals to n times with p. So this is your formula. Okay, let me box this. Okay, so from here, okay, in the top equation we have already proved that n in a bracket 1 minus q is equals to 10q. Okay, so since that probability of success is equals to 1 minus q, so we can just write this expression as p. P is equals to 1 minus q, so we can just substitute this 1 minus q as p. So from here, n p is equals to 10q. So let us continue. So given that np is equals to 10q, and we also know that np is actually the formula for mu, which is actually mean. Okay, and the question they gave us, the mean is actually equals to 6. So from here, 10q is equals to 6. So from here, q is actually equals to 6 over 10. Okay, simplify this, you get 3. Simplify this, you get 5. So therefore, you get your probability of failure, q is equals to 3 over 5. Okay. So once you get your q, to find your p, very simple. P is equals to 1 minus Q. So you just use this equation and find your value of P. So from here, P is equals to 1 minus Q. P is equals to 1 minus 3 over 5. So from here, you get your P is equals to 2 over 5. Okay. So let me just underline the solution, guys. Okay. So that is all for the step-by-step working and solution for the SPM 2022 at Maths Paper 1 question number 9. I hope you find this explanation useful. If you like this video, make sure that you give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more upcoming at Maths videos. And make sure that you share this video to your friends. Thank you everyone for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.